Hi, Richanda.
And I'm Susie.
And we're doing a video about ID.
Okay, so the question is, has this ever happened to you? Well, the thing is that I turned 21 and my friends and I went to a bar to celebrate. We were having fun and all, and when I asked the bartender for a drink, he looks at me and asked me, "Are you old enough?" I was so annoyed and pissed off, so I showed him my ID and he said, "Oh, sorry, it's that you look like 18. Also, when I was 18, I bought some cigarettes, and when I came out of the store, there's a cop outside, and he saw me with the pack of cigarettes in my hand, and he asked me the same fucking question. So I showed him my ID, and he said, "How do I know this isn't fake?" Then I showed him my passport because I live in Texas in the US, and I traveled a lot to Mexico. That's why I had it in that moment. And he says, "This looks legit. Sorry, sir," and he left. Seriously, WTF. My girlfriend says that I'm pretty mature, even more mature than some guys she knows, and that it doesn't matter if I look younger. Well, I say fuck that. It's really annoying. So I ask you if this has happened to you, or do you know someone in the same situation? Sorry for the text wall, by the way.
Okay, well, pretty much I am not old enough to buy cigarettes or anything, so I wouldn't know, but I'll probably get ID'd because, I mean, I'm short and, like, yeah.
And, okay, well, in Canada, you only have to be 19 to go to the bar or buy cigarettes or lottery tickets or whatever. So every single time I go to the bar, because I'm only 19, they ask me for ID every single time I've gone to a bar. And I've bought scratch and win ticket things from, like, convenience stores, and there's one guy who never asked me for ID. He only did once.
Just the first time?
Yeah, just the first time I went there, he asked me for ID, and then after that, he never did again, because I don't know if he remembered me or something. I don't really know. And,
no, we asked him one day, and he said it's rude.
Oh, yeah, he's like, it's rude to ask for ID because I feel bad,
he's
right?
Like, after once, it's okay.
And then there is this one lady who I bought a scratch win from, and she looked at it, and she's like, okay, stand there, and she's like looking at my eyes to make sure they're the right color and
she
all
was
that.
like checking you out.
Yeah, she's like checking me.
She's checking everything.
She's holding the card like this, and she kept looking at it and back at me, and then she actually even pulled out a piece of paper and made me sign it to make sure the signature matched. And
that
I was like,
so funny.
I was like, hey, I don't really look that young.
Remember the one guy had to check the calendar?
Yeah, and then one guy had to check the calendar and I was like, I turned 19 like 3 months ago. And I actually have a funny story because I guess it would have been about 6 months ago now, when I went on a date with my ex-boyfriend. We were going to see an 18A movie, and he is 24. Well, he was 24 at the time. He's 25 now, but he was 24 at the time, and they asked him for ID to get into an 18A movie, and I think that's kind of funny. So,
yeah, that is funny.
So you're only like 21, and it happens to people of all ages. Like my sister is 23. She still gets asked for ID. Her boyfriend, who is like 30, gets asked for ID sometimes, so...
Yeah, it's just, they're supposed to.
Yeah, some places...
Eventually they won't ask you for ID, so...
Yeah.
I don't know, don't let it get too mad, but the cops shouldn't have done that. That's kind of retarded.
Yeah, but there's some places where they ID anyone who looks under the age of 25. Some places it's 30, some places it's 40, and some places it's even like 50. They're just supposed to, just to make sure.
But the cops still didn't have a right, really.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of dumb, I mean...
Yeah, because obviously
whatever.
The person in the store would have asked you, right? So that's kind of weird. But don't let it piss you off, because it's
just laugh, and you know it's kind of a compliment, because then when you're older, you won't look old. You'll still look young for your age.
Yeah. So when
you're like 50, you'll look like 40.
So if you're like in your 30s and they ask you for ID, then you're like, oh hey, I look younger, and that's actually a good thing. But
yeah,
lots of people say I look way younger than I am. Like some people think I look like I'm 14 or 15. I don't really see that, but whatever. Because I'm actually 19.
Yeah,
that kind of pisses me off when people think I'm that much younger than I am. I'm like, yeah, no.
I get anywhere from like 14 to 19, so.
Yeah, it's like really weird.
At 21 time, I was like, no.
Yeah, one of my brother's friends thought I was like 23 or something, and I was like, what?
Oh, and this weird guy me and Susie met thought I was 21, and I was like, no.
Yeah, so some people just think we're like way younger, and other people think we're way older. It really depends on the person. And just about the ID thing, don't let it piss you off if people are asking you for ID, because I'm probably gonna get ID. I'm gonna get ID probably for the next like 10 years, whatever.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.